What's up, everybody? Ron P from WiseGuyBets here. We're going to look at the NBA DraftKings 10-game slate tonight, and I'm going to provide some value picks for each position. So let's go ahead and get right into it. My number one value pick from the point guard position is going to come from the Washington Wizards Boston Celtics game tonight. I think Dennis Schroeder is a very underrated player for the night. He's facing the 26th worst defense against the point guard position. He's starting tonight. He's been playing well. He had a big game last game. His projection for tonight is 26 fantasy points. And let me correct myself. He's playing against the 24th ranked defense at that position tonight. So Dennis Schroeder is someone I would like to get into my lineup at the point guard. I think he can provide us a lot of upside based on his salary. Let's look at the shooting guard position. And from the shooting guard position, it's going to come from the Charlotte Orlando game. In this position, I like Kelly Oubre. He's starting tonight. Terry Rozier is out. His projection for tonight is 30 fantasy points. And he plays a lot of minutes. He's been averaging around 32 minutes a game. He does fill the stat sheet. Excuse me. And I think in this game against Orlando, we may see a potential uptick in fantasy points. I like Kelly Oubre in this position. He seemed to start, filling his role a little bit better a few games into the season. You can see over the last 4 games, he's had 20, 34, 22, 35. I can see him 5X in his 5,700 salary tonight, especially since he's starting. So Oubre is someone I definitely want to try to get into my lineup tonight at the shooting guard position. Let's move to the small forward. Small forward, again, I'm looking at a player from this Orlando-Charlotte game, and it's going to be Terrence Ross. Charlotte's the worst in the league, one of the worst in the league against the small forward position. Terrence Ross has a projection of 23 fantasy points tonight. I think he will exceed that. In his last game, he had a real bad game. He only had 1 fantasy points, but prior to that, he had 32, 15, 18. Because of this bad game, he did play over 20 minutes in this game. I can see him being very motivated to play better tonight, and he will play better tonight. And I think Charlotte is the get-right spot for him. Like I said, they're 26th ranked against the small forward position. So I think this is a get-back spot for Terrence Ross tonight. For 4,300, I definitely think he 5X's that salary, which gives us cash on down the line to use against some of the stud players tonight. So let's look at the power forward position. At power forward, I'm going to go out west to a game tonight between Portland and Memphis. And who I like here is Jaren Jackson Jr. He's still only 6,600, which is a good price for him. His projection on that is 34 fantasy points. Portland is middle of the road against the power forward position. They're ranked 16th against the power forward position. You do have to look at Portland maybe more motivated tonight after being blown out by the Clippers in their last game, and Chauncey coming out and basically telling them they didn't play hard. So I expect them to play harder, but Jaren Jackson just got an extension. He's the real deal. and I see him in a pretty good spot tonight. Don't really see, he won't really have a tough defender on him. So I think he can reach his projection of 34 fantasy points for tonight. So now let's look at the center position. Typically, with Minnesota playing, I would look at any center that's playing against Minnesota. So I can tell you right now, Greek Freak will be one of my stud picks for tonight. I can't play any other Milwaukee center. Not sure what Bobby Portis is going to do. He's still listed as probable for tonight. Plus, he hasn't played all year, so I can't put him into my lineup to see what exactly he's going to do. So we're going to go to another game here. We're going to go back to the Boston-Washington game, and we're going to look at Robert Williams for 6,300. He has a favorable matchup. He's playing a lot of minutes this year. Washington is not good against the center position. Williams' projection for tonight is 33 fantasy points. He's been, basically killing it all year long. In his last game against Charlotte, he had 44. His low game was against Houston when he had 11. Prior to that, he had 23 against Toronto and 50 against New York. I find him in a very good spot tonight against Washington. They're a little undersized at the center position. They have problems guarding centers who can put their foot in the lane and get you a basket, and that's what Robert Williams is. So Robert Williams is someone I want to try to get into my lineup tonight at the center position. With this lineup, you still have an average, with these players right here, with these 5 players select, you still have an average of, 7,100 remaining for other players. We can go stud and look at some, values that may come in. But I will, and I like this lineup right here to build around. Just one possible scenario. These are all value picks. These are all players that should achieve their salary tonight. So, hey, those are my picks for today. If my picks help you, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, peace.